Hammerspace secured additional backing from strategic investors, including ARK Invest and Altimeter Capital, to expand its AI focused data platform. Recognized for eliminating data bottlenecks and delivering high speed access, hybrid, multi cloud, and edge environments. Hammerspace's technology is now deployed by organizations such as Meta, the Department of Defense, National Science Foundation, and that platform's standards, architecture, and rapid deployment capabilities position it as a foundational infrastructure for AI workloads. I'm curious, where do you see this going and how Hammerspace is gaining investors and starting to put more money behind it?
Big congratulations to our friends over at Hammerspace for this Series B. I think it's important that we see that this is kind of a growth strategy for them. And, they've presented at Tech Field Day on a number of occasions, and we've gotten a good look underneath the hood at how all of this works. And I think back to a quote that I've heard a couple of times related to kind of this boom in the AI industry. Um, Thinking back to the gold rush of 1849 in California, do you want to go look for gold, or do you want to be the person that sells pickaxes to the miners? And I think that that's where Hammerspace is right now. They're definitely in the pickaxe business. When you look through the press release that's on there, I mean, names like Hitachi Vantara and Supermicro are using this technology to build for companies like DoD, National Science Foundation, and Meta. So the latter companies all have one thing in common. They have massive data sets that they need to be able to index quickly, to search through, to munge for any kind of an AI related program. The former companies obviously see value in partnering with Hammerspace to be able to bring this technology to the forefront because it's become an arms race, right? We've seen this with companies like NVIDIA. It's not a question of who has the most complete solution. It's a question of how quickly can you jam the data into the algorithms to feed the monster. And it's people who go out and buy a Koenigsegg, right? I don't need the flashiest car with cup holders and faux leather trim. I need a car that will go as fast as possible, as quickly as I can get it, because I need to have the best machine out there. If you need cup holders, you need something else. And Hammerspace really is kind of like that exotic hybrid sports car, because they are building for a hybrid multi-cloud world. They're building for these edge deployments where we need to get to the data where it lives, because the gravity of that data is just too big to be able to put it back into a cloud environment. So I think that Hammerspace is going to continue to get the wins. And honestly, with the Series B, that's still very early. I was explaining this to somebody just today. It's like you don't want to be the company that gets to a D or an E without a clear exit plan. But an A or a B round, you can still be figuring this out. And honestly, the sky's the limit for Hammerspace at this point, because they're going to get more investors. They're going to get more companies that are ready to kind of take on that load as they're scaling up. Because if you're not already doing research into the kinds of things that Hammerspace is building, then you're far enough behind the curve that you probably should just buy it from them anyway.